So I am doing a video on the dolls that I have. Trying to see if any of the lights will move. I have 5 dolls in this room. I have a total of 6 dolls, but one of them is in my son's room. And on one of the videos that I showed with my security camera, I managed to catch an orb coming from one of the dolls that I have on the corner of the room. But then again, I'm not sure if it's really truly an orb or if it's just dust particles, because that's very possible too, but I don't know. So I'm just trying out the grid lights, trying to see if any of them will twinkle around any of the dolls. On the corner of the room on the right side, I have 3 of the dolls, and on the left side, on one of my containers there, I have 2 dolls there. Now, the one on the right, the 3 of those dolls, when I use my EMF meter, it always goes off on that side. But when I use it on the left side, it barely, sometimes it will, but I notice more activity on the right side where the 3 dolls are. Now, one of the dolls is really, really big. She's about maybe 3.5 feet tall. And from what I was told at the garage sale is that the lady that owned the doll, her grandmother or great-grandmother gave her that doll when she was little, and they got it from Mexico. So she says that her daughter is pretty freaked out about that doll, and from what her husband told me is that he just wants the doll out of the house. That kind of raised my suspicion about that doll, because he really wanted it out of the house, and they sold it to me for pretty cheap, for only $5, and that's a really big doll. And as old as it is, it's worth a lot of money, because she's had it for a very long time, since she was a child. And her great-grandmother gave that doll to her, so it's been in the family for a very long time. The other 5 little dolls that I bought that were $2 each, that was from a second garage sale that we went to. And I have no idea any of the history on those dolls. I didn't even ask. But they look pretty old, and I don't know. I don't know what their history could be. But yeah, I've had them for, this is going on 3 nights already. I had my security camera facing them for the first 2 nights. And on the first night, I did see the orb coming from one of the dolls, the ones on the corner. It came straight out of one of them and flew past. And today, there was nobody in the room, absolutely nobody in the room. And my alarm on my phone went off saying that there was a motion detected. And when I checked back, I looked back at the video clip, I noticed there was something, a pretty big orb that went by on my door as it was closed, and I kept playing it back, and I was like, that truly does look like a big shadow. Like it had like, I don't know, I can't even, it's like a cloudy looking orb, and the way it just moves across, it truly does look like something, like a spirit or something. The way it just moved, I don't know, just the way it looked. I even like screenshotted the image of it, and it just looks nothing like dust at all. So I'm just looking around right now. I don't see any of the dots flickering or moving, so far nothing's happened, nothing that I can see. I don't know if I've missed any of them. I'm not really looking at, it's like hard to look at every single dot, but if you noticed anything that I did not notice as I was talking to you throughout the video, please let me know in the comment if you saw anything moving or flickering, because like I'm just looking back and forth at the dolls. I don't know any of the other places, like on the ceiling or on the sides of the walls or whatever. But yeah, nothing really, major. On the first night that I did get the dolls and I placed them up there on the corners, because I have no idea where I was going to put them, because I got like so much stuff in here and a lot of big containers. At first I put them in there, but I was like, no, I'm going to put them up there in the corners until I could figure out maybe somewhere else to place them, because I don't want them to break. They're made out of porcelain and I just don't want them to crack or anything. But I did notice something strange that happened a few times. Within the hour, I did notice a tapping on, it sounded like one of my containers that one of the dolls were on, the ones on the left side. I noticed like a little tap noise, like something was just tapping on it. And at first I thought it was the neighbors upstairs, because our neighbors on the side of us, they moved out, they don't live there, so it's more quieter. But I mean, I could hear the neighbor upstairs moving around, walking, but that tap noise sounded really, really close, like right there in front of me. And I thought, I just thought it was maybe the neighbors or something. But then I heard it again. I was like, that is definitely like a tap noise on my container. And Obi wasn't there. Nobody else was in the room with me. It was just myself. So I don't know. Maybe one of my dolls does have a spirit connected to it, because maybe somebody that owned them, they passed away, and that, just a part of them, is with the dolls. So I don't know, especially the big one, where the lady, the first one that told me about her great grandmother giving it to her. So, there could be a lot of attachment to that doll, it's like family handed it down to her, and I don't know. But, yeah, it's, I still have my security camera on. It's not facing the dolls. It's facing like where my door opens to the hallway. Because when I have it facing towards them, I don't really get too much activity, like just a little bit of the orbs I've noticed, but nothing major. So I'm going to face it to a different corner, and if I capture anything, I will definitely share the video with you guys. But like I said, nothing major has happened, just, from what I thought was orbs. I don't know. Maybe it was dust. I don't know. But that's so far what's happened with them. This is the third night of me using the security camera. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens tonight, and if I capture anything, I will upload it. But other than that, not noticing anything as of right now. No noises, no lights flickering or anything. So I'm going to end the video right here. Let me know if you guys have ever bought anything from a garage sale and found out later on that it had a spirit attached to it, because I noticed, it can happen, if something from that family, someone that was really attached to an item and they passed, there could still be energy from that person, I read that online, so I don't know. I'm going to end the video here, guys. I'm getting tired. It's almost 11 in the morning. 11 in the morning. It's 11 at night, so I'm getting tired. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching.